This is the myofascial stretch for the rectus femoris. The rectus femoris is the middle quad muscle. So that's an important exercise for managing the knee because aside from the quad muscle being part of the extensor of the knee, the quad muscle or the rectus femoris is part of the patella, and the patella tendon and ligament here that's in the front part of the knee that we need to manage, that sometimes we get some of those cranky symptoms. That muscle also attaches to the pelvis and can affect the posture of the pelvis. So this is a very big bang stretch that we like to do. You can see we've got a little extra padding here. This is to help protect the knee. So I'm going to go ahead and have you step forward with your left leg.
Like that?
Yep. And then the leg that we're working with is going to be on the pad. So we want to make sure in the setup process that the foot is out slightly wide. That will give us a good foundation and base to the exercise to make sure that we don't feel like we're going to fall over during the stretch. We want to start in a nice postured position of the pelvis and the spine. And then what I'm going to have her do is we have a couple different ways that we can get into the stretch, because not everybody can just grab their heel or grab their foot and pull it up to the pelvis, right? So if you have some flexibility, we're going to go ahead and take the opposite hand and go ahead and grab that foot and then walk our hand down towards the ankle to make sure that we've got a good, secure grip on that leg. Now, she did that so easily, we're going to give you a couple different ways that we're going to be able to do that. So go ahead and put your foot down, take both hands to the ground, and then reach back with this arm and then try to grab that leg. And so what you can do is you can kind of push your pelvis forward in this position to try to get that leg up in position. The other way that we nickname this stretch is called the couch stretch. So the couch stretch is this, that you have a couch or a chair or a wall or something that's behind you that you can sit that leg up against and then get into this bent knee position so that we can get the tension in the quad. So go ahead and come back up into a tall position. Go ahead and grab the foot like you can. Okay. Walk that hand down towards the ankle as best we can. Now you can see in this posture she's a little arched in her lower back. I'm going to have her lean her shoulders a little bit forward. I want you to push your pelvis back towards your heel, like you want to touch the pelvis and the heel together. So again, try not to arch the lower back. We want to keep a slight tuck at of the tail underneath us to make sure that we are getting tension in the front side of the quad. And then from this position, it's like we want to try to pull the hip and the heel together. And once we're in that posture, she can stay in a slightly forward-leaning position. That way it'll keep her lower back in a nice flat posture. She can then shift her body weight a little bit forward to put more weight into that front foot. That will give a little bit of added tension. And then if she's got the good balance, you can see she's holding on to the side. That's a good posture to be in. You can also hang on to the front of your knee, or we can just reach that right arm forward, and that's going to give us our full tension from the upper part of the body, lengthening through the crown of the head, pushing that arm away, thinking about that knee is almost reaching down through the floor, but we want to manage that tucked position of the pelvis so that we can manage that lower spine, and then try to keep the effort between the pelvis and the heel like they're trying to squeeze together. And I'm sure you're feeling a really good quad stretch here. Typically we're going to hold this 30 seconds 3 times in a row, or we can switch side to side, but we want to make sure that we're working increasingly with effort every 30 seconds of the stretch.